some reason, Arcade1up loves making the Deluxe over the XL. And not just Deluxe, Vault Edition Deluxe. We're back at the Garcade. What better place to talk about Arcade1up than one of the best arcades in the state of Wisconsin? And I do have a prediction about a certain brand we could see very soon. And as always, a big shout out to Mr. Sulu. Garcade, established 2012, free play arcade, from open to close. You just pay for the wristband required. Today, Sunday, they are open 11 to 8 p.m. Oh, and this is new. I haven't seen this bear in here before. Alright, we got a wristband, wristbands required, and the house rules. There's no smoking, no food or beverage, no gambling, and no loitering at the Garcade. What better place to talk arcades than at a free play? I mean, they just opened, people are starting to come in. Windy day, cool day, Sunday, and most of the arcades here we've seen from Arcade1up, and we're hoping to see, but that's another time. Deluxe cabinets. There's one thing we can always count on from Arcade1up. It's reskinning, rehashing the same old NBA Jam, Pac-Man, hopefully another Simpsons. And just a quick recap, history lesson on the Deluxe cabinets. We saw right away from Arcade1up that whenever we purchased a Deluxe, the back of the owner's manual, we saw 4 cabinets, one of them Fast and Furious. Of course, Pac-Man, pretty much their standard bread and butter cabinet. Mortal Kombat 2, which was my first Arcade1up Deluxe. And actually, Mortal Kombat 4 looks like it's seen better days. We haven't got this one yet. Now, originally we thought we were going to get a Ms. Pac-Man. We have not seen this blue yet in a Deluxe form factor. Currently, the Vault Edition, all black, but comes with the light-up buttons, light-up coin door. This one's coming though. Oh, check it out. They have the Punisher, Nick Fury, inside. Look at the HS5 cabinet. Different marquee, but yeah, we could play the Punisher here. And then comes the Vault Edition, and a perfect title for the Vault Edition Deluxe cabinet is Tron. What's different with Tron, besides the fact that it's sold out? Boy, X-Men is just, this is a Deluxe, an XL we all want. And unfortunately, just like Simpsons, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But I think we have a lot better chance. Just love the track mode for X-Men. Chances of getting a Deluxe, not only a Deluxe, look at, they have the panel up here like this. Here's the thing, they give us this Vault Edition, we get the coin doors, right? They light up. It's the same stick we get with Arcade1up, the black lighting. This is probably still a mod. It'd be so easy for Arcade1up to just improve the marquee. It's no longer the peel on. You actually slide it in when it's on its side. They give it to us the same size, 64, 65 inches. It lights up, and we get that coin door. It's all one piece. This would be a perfect, not only Deluxe, Vault Edition. And I know it's XL, but what happens before the XL? We get Deluxe. We have not got a Tron Deluxe yet. And I recently stated we'd get a Deluxe Star Wars before we got the XL. And just taking a step back from this is so close to the 2023 Star Wars we got. What could they change to get us to buy this if it came a Deluxe, not an XL yet? Because we get the light up coin doors already. They improved the marquee, just like if they did Tron. Instead of the light box, we drop it in. You know, this 3D molding, this is still a mod, it's still a third-party thing. It's pretty much the same design they give us, except they would have to do something. Even though these don't light up, they'd have to have something on the control deck that lights up, because there's no buttons. Everything's functioning with the flight yoke. I don't expect this to light up. But something over here has to glow, because we already have the coin doors. And we could fool our eyes that it is one piece, even though it's on a riser. But I could see this. Not only a deluxe, but the Vault Deluxe. Be an easy title, an easy license for Arcade1up to just reproduce and put out there, just like Galaga. You know, I mean, we've had several Galagas, class 81. They make all the light up buttons on there, the light up coin door. Give us a certificate of authenticity, call it the Vault. They do the same thing with Star Wars. And your guess is as good as mine about Turtles. If they did give us another Turtles that wasn't a newer Turtles game, it would definitely be the OG artwork. I mean, they all know this is what we want. This would be exactly what the next Deluxe or XL would be if we got it. It's just, it's a big question mark. I think some of these other choices, like Tron, Star Wars, are likelier to happen than a Turtles and Simpsons for right now. I mean, I think X-Men 97 is doing really good. I mean, I heard 800 pre-orders from Amazon right now, and that's gonna help get us stuff like this. But if they don't have, you know, the relations with Konami right now, there's other relations they have that they could reproduce cabinets. Take NBA Jam, for example. Besides the countercades and partycades, we've gotten 3 form factor cabinets. The OG, Shaq Jam, and the Deluxe. And all 3 have been different. The Deluxe is NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Shaq Jam and the OG resemble the OG, but then on Shaq, you know, you have his silhouette on the side and a lot of Shaquille O'Neal theming on here. Before an XL NBA Jam, before we got another besides Shaq, they give us a Deluxe. And could you believe it? It would be the OG. All they'd have to do is change the marquee. And if they went the Vault, just like the Deluxe, they have the buttons light up. And then the coin door. That'd be so simple for Arcade1up to do, and somehow people would still buy it because they still sell Pac-Man. Like, they still are able to manage to sell us Pac-Man. They'd be able to sell us more NBA Jam. Because you got to throw in one sports game. Like Killer Instinct, I don't know if KI would be a Vault, but I can see a Deluxe. I have the KI 3/4 scale, and the cabinet shape, if they gave it the new Deluxe form factor, it would look a lot better than the KI that I have, where the control deck, it's high, but it's flat. It doesn't have that 45-degree angle. If you don't have the $1,000 to buy KI Pro, you say, well, do they even have the license anymore? Just because Hat Games has it doesn't necessarily mean Arcade1up no longer has Killer Instinct. My Arcade has Namco, so does Arcade1up. 2 companies can still have the same license. I think if they came out with the Deluxe, people would buy it. Not only that, what if they did a Battletoads Deluxe or a Battletoads Vault Edition? Unfortunately, we wouldn't have the 3 controllers. It'd be the 2 controllers. So only downside about that is no 3rd player online, which would have been huge. But they're not going to change any of the way the PCBs are. The only thing that they could change, but I wanted to save this to the end, because of X-Men 97, I see another Deluxe coming from Marvel. The Marvel Superheroes Deluxe cabinet. So I stumbled across this on eBay a week or so ago, and I've been considering this. $695, it is still in the box. I've always wanted this cabinet. You see the 3 games, Punisher, X-Men Coda, Marvel Superheroes. Now Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Coda are online. Punisher has never been online. If they put this in the new deluxe form factor, this would be the biggest. Could you imagine getting Marvel superheroes in a deluxe? And the reason I didn't pick it up, I'm convinced we're gonna get that. X-Men 97 has opened the door to getting more Marvel cabinets. It's doing good enough. They have all three of these licensed. Two of these are on the X-Men 97, on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Punisher, they're still selling countercades, head-to-head tables. Now I know they said they want to get away from that brand. You know, I think things have changed. It's a moneymaker. They're all in it to make money. This would be the best case scenario. Why doesn't X-Men 97 have Punisher on it? Why doesn't it have X-Men? Because they're going to come out with this. This is going to have Punisher on there. Could you imagine coming up to a deluxe form factor, or heck, even an HS5, and playing this? Not only playing it on a 3/4 screen, but playing it online. This would be one of the biggest cabinets that Arcade1up really doesn't have to do much to get it out there. They already have these PCBs. They just have to make it online. It can't be that big of a deal. And we could play other games like X-Men, Turtles, Battletoads online. I mean, this is only a 2-player game. And you say, what about X-Men? Arcade1up is going to say, then go buy X-Men. Get the 3/4 scale 4-player cabinet. We're not going to put that on anything else. The only thing Arcade1up is going to do with X-Men, if we're lucky enough, is make it a deluxe or an XL down the road, but there's still X-Men available. We can't get a Marvel superheroes 3/4 scale unless we buy it from eBay or Marketplace. When they announce rehashes and reskins, we don't get excited. We would get excited about this because one of the most asked about games when we see a Marvel is, did you put Punisher on there? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet. It would have been perfect if they would have had Punisher on there. But what if they just brought us the Marvel superheroes cabinet back? And even though, yes, only 3 games are on there, that 3rd game is the Punisher. Like, that's the one we want. And it plays online. It seems like we get 1 racer a year. We've gotten 3 so far: Outrun, Ridge Racer, and Fast and Furious. We'll see what we get. You know, a deluxe racer. The next one, I mean, it would be great if it was Road Blasters. I don't see Road Blasters happening, but I'm sure we do get 1 racer this year. Just guess which one it could be. Because I think they did a good job with Fast and Furious and having Tokyo Drift, even though technically it's the same game. It's fun to play, and everyone that's come over and played, including myself, we all have a great time playing it. There's got to be more racers coming from them, but it's got to be licensed like Fast and Furious, Raw Thrills. Heck, maybe a Cruisin' Blast. As far as new release deluxe, we're still waiting, anticipating for a Smash TV Robotron cabinet. That would be perfect. Could you imagine if we get a Marvel superheroes with the Punisher, new form factor, plays online, and a follow-up is we're getting a Smash TV cab, Robotron, and then that 3rd game, they throw in Total Carnage. There's our new release, which we've kind of been anticipating. We kind of been saying, we know this is coming. Eugene Jarvis kind of threw that out there a year ago. And rumor has it, the delay on that 80s themed cab, even though technically Smash TV's a 90s, Robotron's 80s, was the controls. This was the delay. Maybe they threw X-Men 97 out there to, you know, to test the market. How's this going to do? Maybe they needed, you know, some funds to help push this out. Marvel superheroes would do that too. Yeah, they got to give us this. Dragon Slayer is another one. Now, there's not a Dragon Slayer at this arcade, but if they did give us Dragon Slayer, as a recording of this, the sale is still going on, Kohl's Cash, to pick up Dragon Slayer. And the reason I haven't done it is I'm so confident that we're gonna see Dragon's Lair as a deluxe. Now having the riser isn't a game breaker for me. It's the fact that if they come out with a version that has light up coin doors and light up buttons, why not just wait for that Dragon's Lair to come out? Even though you're probably gonna pay more, it probably goes to that $5.99 price point. Right now you can get it for $4.99 and probably not too far off from $3.99. But missing out on Tron. This is a deluxe that if they brought back, or a Vault Edition, I'm getting it right away because I mean, this is exactly how it's gonna look from Arcade1up, except I mean, you have to do this yourself. There's just something about having this in your arcade. And I think the same goes for Dragon's Lair. It's just, I don't think we're done seeing some of these titles. Stuff like Golden Axe we're done. I don't think they'd bring that back. But I think we see a Tron, and I'm starting to think we see another Dragon's Lair. And they gave us Time Crisis. We didn't get Time Crisis 2. And I don't know if Time Crisis necessarily did what they wanted it to do. But as time goes, I think more people are buying Time Crisis, maybe waiting for the right price, and I think mods help that by adding more value, adding more games. Lethal Enforcers could happen. Could you imagine getting a deluxe Lethal Enforcers, having it right next to Time Crisis and Terminator 2 just right around the corner? Like having all three of those, Big Buck Hunter, an impressive lineup for light gun games. It is possible, but the whole Konami thing, we'll see what happens. I think it's more likely we see stuff like Tron, Dragon's Lair, Marvel Superheroes, Killer Instinct, and Battletoads in deluxe form factors. Quarterdeck's always telling me, along with Decadent Dave, I'd get a Tron and I'd turn it into a Gorf cabinet. I could see that. I could totally see how you could have Tron and mod it to this cabinet right here. I mean, it's the same flight stick. It's crazy. It's just that it's Tron though, guys. Like, I don't know. That the whole glowing stick on Tron, the black lighting, it's just such an appeal to walk up to it. Sports games are an appeal for Arcade1up. I don't know about Blitz. Like, if they gave us Blitz in the vault versus the NBA Jam, giving us the light up coin doors, not so much Showtime, but just giving it in a deluxe form factor, I don't know if that appeals to people if it's not an XL. But the thing is a lot of these cabinets kind of have to go to the deluxe form factor before we see the XL. But again, they did give us Shack Jam in between a deluxe and a riser cab, didn't they? New releases are cool. You know, Mortal Kombat 4, everybody would want a Mortal Kombat 4. But a rehash on some other titles that some of us still don't have, and the possibility of having online games like others do, is what it's all about. I totally get it, guys. This would be the coolest thing to happen on any rehash in 2024. I almost said 2023. This would be big. Of course, I did hear that we'd see a Tekken this year. You know, the interesting thing about Tekken is Namco. I just hope it doesn't take the place of Smash TV Robotron. But yeah, don't count out Tekken. Could very well happen. Or a racing game. So out of everything, I'm telling you, I think a Marvel Superheroes deluxe cabinet, the Punisher, whether we get it online or not, just be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Our next video, we'll be back at Costco to talk about some of their thinking when it comes to XLs. And since we're talking XLs, we'll do some comparisons to 3/4 and Deluxe.